My name is Mr. Matthew Akpala, Mayor Joe. In short form, people call me Akpala Matthew. Engaging kids' brains started in 2020 during the COVID era when children were at home without going to school. It came to my mind that how do I impact in our children at that period when they were not going to school? Because at that time, government had asked students and pupils to remain at home and of course, learn at home. And I said to myself, how do I impact these children? And that was how it started. I was able to establish and organize a program which I called, of course, Engaging Kids' Brains. The program was a radio show where I was able to give out bicycles to pupils or students who were able to answer questions, quiz that we were able to let out for the children to read at home. The program became very interesting because it was a 3-month program where children could call us during the live radio show at DBS, that is a data broadcasting service. We were able to reach out to thousands of children with the platform. At the end of the day, at every end of the month, after we have asked the children questions, they will come out and then we will now do a raffle draw to know whom among all the callers that answered right that will be given a bicycle. We started from June. The first winner went to a boy. And of course, the second winner in July also went to a boy. We were looking for a way to ensure that our female children are able to speak up and of course answer questions. They did, but because of the rules that it will be lucky winners, a boy emerged as winner for the third time. That was in August 2020. That was how we were able to round up the radio show. And of course, we gave out 3 bicycles to 3 lucky children who were able to answer our questions.
In the same 2020,
I thought it wise to organize a program that will be able to draw all the children from the different local governments. But because of lack of fund, we were not able to organize it. It is still in mind. I know that when I get sponsors, I will be able to ensure that that program is done, at least from my state, Delta State.
In 2021,
we started what we call today Back to School project, where at the beginning of every academic session, we call our children together and give them something.
In that 2021,
I went to a school, paid school fees for one of the pupils, and I asked what were their needs. The proprietress of that school, called Little Angel, said most of these children, they don't have notebook. That sometimes a pupil can have just 1 notebook or 2 for all the subjects they offer in school. I was really worried and I cried on social media, talking to my people, those from my community. And I said, these are the challenges of these children. You all went through most of these schools, or you went through the schools in the community. And somebody called and said, wow, that truly himself was one of those that such a thing happened to when he was younger. And I thank him specially. He was the one that started it, and he donated some amount of money for us to get notebooks. And of course, I rushed to the market and got the notebooks for these children. He was specific to a particular school, and we did exactly what he said. Bought the notebooks and we gave it out. And of course, we did publicity for what we did. Somebody else saw it and called me that he wants to give them textbook to complement the notebooks. And of course, I got it and I rushed to the market and ensured that I got it for the children for that particular school. After doing that,
in 2021,
I said there was also need to continue such a program. Although some persons also donated money to help for school fees of some children, which I did as they have asked me to do. Sometimes you may have the will to do some certain things. You may not have the finance, but you can cry out to those who have the finance. So that was what I was always doing. So in 2022, that was last year, we did the same program and we made it to be something very nice for people to see attractive. We did publicity before the time, and of course, some persons got interested and they supported the program. We got some amount of money from very few persons, not up to 4, and we were able to ensure that we got some of those school materials for the children. The children were so happy, and the community, Ebu, they were also happy, and they lauded the program, and they thanked me for bringing up such a program. I wasn't carried away because it was something that I had passion doing, so it was part of me. We succeeded in doing it, and of course, we did publicity to let people know what we have done. Gave records of what we got and how we sold it and distributed it to the children. In 2023, this year, we did the same thing, and we started publicity, started letting people know that we want to continue with such a program. And of course, persons supported us again because they already had this trust in us. We have the passion, we have the vision, we have the mission, but we need people to always come and support the program. This year, we call them sponsors and partners because they actually partner with us. By the special grace of God, the Back to School project has come to stay, and I decided to start small from my community, Ebu, in Oshimili North local government area of Delta State, Nigeria. Of course, I did publicity and I let people know about it. Some persons were skeptical. Some even called to say, how are we sure? And well, as I will always say, if you don't trust the system or you don't trust what we are doing, you are very free to buy the books yourself, give it to us, and we'll distribute it as you wish. That aside, whatever we raise, we're able to let it out and fix a date before resumption. And of course, we shared it to the children. In fact, it was the highest number we've ever gotten since we started. More than 1,400 pupils participated in that program. Of course, the children were excited, they were happy, and they were amazed that such a thing is happening in their time. Why are we doing all these things? Somebody asked. And I said, during our time, we had no opportunity of such. Now that we have the opportunity of thinking straight and thinking of community development, there is need for us to brainstorm and bring up such a program that these children will tomorrow continue to do on our behalf. So, I encourage those who wish to continue to support this program. Some persons have called. Is this program an ongoing program, or is it when schools want to resume? Well, I said it is when school want to resume for the back to school project. But I think there is need for us to continue to have such a program. So if you have in mind of supporting these children, in one way or the other, we are open